Welcome back to JB Reviews. I have the all-new Ford F350 Platinum with the Tremor package. Special shout out to Larry H. Miller, Super Ford here in Salt Lake City. Ken actually sold this truck, so if you would like to order one like this, be sure to reach out to him. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Now, as always, I'd like to show you guys the window sticker on this build so you guys have an idea of the payload capacity. So here are the specs above. And this is just a short listing of the standard equipment. And here are all the options for this truck. So high output is the most expensive option. And do you guys see the winch? That one winch is almost $4,000. Not to mention the Tremor off-road package is $4,400 right there. This one does have the twin panel panoramic sunroof. A few other things listed. They did remove the massagers on the seats. MSRP comes in at $1995. with a total price of $104,585. Woo! I always wonder if it makes more sense to buy this truck in a Lariat or a King Ranch, because man, this truck is really expensive. And you know, hey, listen, that's $4,000 right there on the front of this truck alone, and then the Tremor package is, as you saw, like almost $4,400. But nevertheless, the Platinum trim level is really my favorite. I like the interior, and the exterior styling is really nice. The grille does have a unique styling to it. It has that old school look with the bars that run side to side. Projector style headlights come standard on this trim level up to the Limited. Full LED, everything up front. And here's the winch. I do like what they've done with it too. It has that synthetic cable, which is going to be a little bit lighter than your traditional cable for these winches. And this is where you plug in at right there. And if you didn't watch my last video, I did show this getting installed. Now, one thing I will say is this does kind of, I wonder if I can pull this in just a little bit more, because you almost have to use this blue line here to like kind of protect the paint there. Not a good design. And then this is how you obviously, if you turn it this way, you can pull out the winch like this. And then of course, if you turn it this way, you can pull it back in. So yeah, I will demonstrate this in a second, but I wanted to show you guys around the truck first. Now, when you get the Tremor, you do get the smaller front diffuser. You can see those meaty 35-inch tires off to the side. Let me know what your thoughts are with the 18s on the Platinum. I'm not a huge fan of the wheel design. I think I like the last generation of the Tremor wheels. And if I were to get this truck, I think I would switch these off with those wheels, because they look so much better in my opinion. But yeah, as I said, meaty 35s come standard. Goodyear Wrangler. These are the Duratrax. And then here's just the tire size. And the good thing about this truck is you still have big capacity. 4,080 pounds at 80 psi, and solid front axle. These are E-rated tires as well. Mud flaps, high clearance steps right here. And then here are the mirrors. A little bit more chrome than I like. So you have it on the mirror caps, door handles, around the windows too. And steps out back. As I've said in other videos, these steps make the truck look a little bit more rugged. And I know a lot of people don't like them, but I think they look great. 34-gallon 7.4. And then here's the suspension out back. You do have tuned Tremor shocks as well. .355 rear, you can kind of see those Tremor shocks too. Steps out back, parking sensors, and more bright trim pieces on the rear. You have your 7 and a 4-pin. LED lights for lights and plate. Class 5 receiving hitch, which was restyled here. Full LED taillights. And you do have a power tailgate. It goes up and down also. they do have sonar built into the back of the tailgate with the backup camera. Step. And this truck actually has the fifth wheel prep package and a spray-in, which you don't normally see. Although this spray-in might have been done at the dealership. Actually, that's the case. So they did install this after the fact. And whoever they're using, you got to ask them. Really good stuff here. You have a 7 and 12 pin LED lights for the bed, which you would expect at this price point. And as I said earlier, power. Platinum gives you more chrome for the exhaust tips here. And let's go ahead and discuss this new Power Stroke just really quickly. Now, as I titled this video, if I were to get a Tremor package, I think I would stop at the Lariat. Or I would probably not get the diesel, because $105,000 is a lot of money. And when you figure that Tremor package, which was like what, $4,400, and then this $4,000 winch, there's just a lot of money wrapped into this package that probably would skip. Or I would skip the Tremor package and just get the winch and yeah, just do my own tire outfit, because hey, those are the wheels you would get on the Platinum. So unless you want 18s, you can always do 35s or 37s on those wheels if you like. But this high output is very impressive. 500 horsepower, 1,200 pound-feet of torque, great cooling to the turbo combustion, lower compression compared to the standard output Power Stroke. This is a really good setup, and you still have that 10-speed transmission. Now let's go ahead and talk about this Warn winch. So this is the controller that they give you. It says Warn. It is like a rubber material too. You have your buttons there to pull the winch in or push it out. But you don't need to push the button to pull it out. You can just basically pull it out like this manually. That way it's a little bit easier. And they have this lever here that you can turn clockwise, which will allow you to basically use this controller. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug in. It doesn't click or anything like that, but let's go ahead and pull it in. It's very fast too, by the way. Now be very careful when you pull it in, because you could damage the support. Now all this support is metal if you didn't watch my last video of them installing it, but still you want to be careful with it. But it's really easy to use and it's very fast. It runs off the 12-volt power on the truck, so it doesn't have to be on to use it. And yeah, I definitely would recommend, if you're getting a Super Duty, you can get this winch for any Super Duty. I don't think you have to get the Tremor to get this winch, and this truck has a diesel, so you can get it on the diesels. I did do a review comparing this trim to the Limited and the King Ranch, and so far I think I do like this one the best. You do have real wood, some suede material right there, and you have this caramel color for the piping and stitching, all soft touch up top. B&O sound system, you have your seat memories and door locks, your power mirror controls and window controls. Now the seats do lose that massage function. I don't know why they're not putting them on the Platinum, but yeah, you have to go to a Limited to get that now. Now here are your seating controls here, and it's going to be a 10-way. Max recline is available for this truck. Power steering column, and then here's your lighting, tailgate, and your 2,000 watts of power control there. Electronic parking brake and power pedals down below. Now if you want to step inside, this trim piece is not illuminated like the Limiteds, but it is low enough to where it's easy to step over. And this truck does have the optional panoramic sunroof and digital cluster here, along with the 12-inch display, push button start. And then here's some of the treatment to the steering wheel and the dash right there. You can see soft touch above. And all in all, I think that I like this better than Limited. I think the Limited is not worth the extra premium, because this interior is equally as nice. The only thing it doesn't have that I probably think is a nice touch is the suede roof. The Limited has that, Platinum does not. But you have the black roof and it does go well with the rest of the interior. And as you would expect, heated steering wheel, heated seats, cooled seats as well, and 360 camera view. Nothing new here. I mean, even on a Lariat, you can get this stuff even on an XLT now, which is pretty crazy. And then that's your bed view. Exhaust brake has 2 stages. You have on, and then you have automatic. You have multiple drive modes. Now this does have trail turn assist because of the Tremor package and the locker out back, which comes standard with the Tremor. And you do get one extra drive mode, which is the rock crawl. You have to be in 4 low in order to get that to turn on. So let's go back to normal. And below, you do have a wireless charger for your phone, 2 USBs. This truck does have the lock box, which is a nice feature. There are 2 more USBs inside of there as well. And let's go ahead and check out the interior for the passenger. Now as far as the dash goes, love this trim piece finished in wood. You have these lines that run horizontally. You can actually feel them inside of there too. It says Super Duty, and this does open. Grab handles, as you would expect. And above, you have your auxiliaries right there. You have a place to put your sunglasses right there. LED lights, and then this is how you control the shade and the sunroof for the truck. Oh yeah, by the way, there's HomeLink right there. You can see some of the speakers on the roof, on both sides. Out back, again, you still have that nice design here on the door. Seat back pockets. These seats are heated on the outboard, perforated leather, more of that caramel color around the rear of the interior with that stitching. There is storage below that is collapsible. Air vents, cup holders, and then this is how you turn the heated seats on and off. 2 USBs, these are Type C's, 120 volt and 12 volt down below. If you are looking to get the Tremor package with that winch, can't wait to show you guys the payload. So front gross axle weight rating is going to be 5,600 pounds. The rear is 7,050. 12,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating, and then all in 3,708 pounds of capacity. If you don't remember, the Platinum here without the Tremor package had 3,973 pounds of payload. So adding the winch is probably the only thing that really decreased that. But I hope you guys liked the video. Special shout out again to Larry H. Miller Super Ford. If you are in the market, be sure to give these guys a look up. Ask for Ken. See you guys soon.